Hey, I'm Loz.
And I'm Newfie.
And we're from Down Under.
And we're just here to do reviews, chit chat, and just talk shit.
So if you like what we do, please like, subscribe, comment.
We're only a little baby channel with 53 as at July 2022. I know it's not many, but we would really appreciate if you would subscribe or at least consider it.
Thanks, guys. So today we're going to talk about top 5 things between us that we think they must watch on Netflix. If you haven't already watched them,
Give them a look.
Get onto it.
So let's do this as number 1.
I think the Cecil Hotel. It is a true crime. It is absolutely thrilling. And the Cecil Hotel itself just has such a history. Like, it's known for murders, overdoses, fights, all that sort of jazz. It is in America. I think it's in LA. Is that where Skid Row is? It's near where Skid Row is. So there's a lot happening there, and we're talking all the way up from the 80s all the way up to today. There was just so much on it. Even recently there was ambulances there. Like, there's something with, now it's called Stay.
Is it haunted?
Stay on Main. I think they've named it, like.
It's not going to matter.
No, it won't. But what it is, like, it's not just a hotel. Like, half of it's a hotel, but then half of it actually has long-term tenants.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a, but that is definitely a must watch.
Yeah.
On the edge of your seat the whole time.
Yeah. So that's our first recommendation. As you can hear, I've still got this cold. So, number 2.
This was on both of our lists from a previous video. If you haven't watched it yet, we both put up a video, top 10 sitcoms and TV shows.
I'll link that into the details. But I think that a must-watch, I always think this is a must-watch, on Netflix is The Blacklist.
Definitely.
100%. So for you the guys that don't know about The Blacklist, I mean, how do you describe that? Raymond Reddington.
Oh.
So basically,
I feel like I'm in love with Raymond Reddington.
Me too. But he's a cool dude. His character's a cool dude. He is a criminal.
Yep.
With a, I guess they say it's like a Russian background.
Yeah.
And he has a list. So he does things for the FBI, and he gives them people off a blacklist that they can go and, arrest or investigate or stop something, but it's always in exchange for something else. And
it's always to make sure that he's good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's hard to tell you the whole story because there's so many elements to it.
Yeah, and you just need to watch it. Don't want to ruin it for anyone.
Yeah. Absolutely watch it. I have it in my top 10 list of things that
just watch again and again and again. They're just fantastic.
And it's still coming out. Every week it's coming out. I believe it's in Netflix's top 10. So
yes, it is.
If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a look. Also, just comment below what you think of The Blacklist. How would you describe it? So that's number 2.
And then number 3 we have the Umbrella Academy.
So the Umbrella Academy, I'm not saying it's the best ever, but right now, if you want to watch something that's pretty new on Netflix, the Umbrella Academy, it's really interesting. Like, to me, it's definitely worth watching. It's probably not worth taking to a desert island if it's the only show that you've ever got to watch, but it's also hard to describe. But it's basically, what I would say is a group of children, if you like, that have special powers, and they're all taken away from their mothers and they're put into this experiment, and they're looked after, but they all have things to do, and each season is a little bit different to what happens, but ultimately they all do call themselves brothers and sisters. They're all different races, and they're obviously not blood brothers and sisters, but they grow up together, and it's sort of dark but funny. It's a bit of everything. It ticks all those boxes, and it's really worth a watch. It is. The first season was different and a bit bizarre, but now that there's 3 seasons, I'm like, I'm into this.
I think there's 4 seasons.
Oh, 4 seasons.
Oh, no. Sorry, that's the next one on the list.
Oh, okay.
My apologies.
So, Give the Umbrella Academy a go because I don't think you would regret it. So what's number 4?
Stranger Things. So number 4, the season just dropped.
Yes, and I just watched that.
How do you feel? Like, I haven't watched much of Stranger Things. I could not get into it, but I love Dungeons and Dragons. But I just couldn't get into Stranger Things.
I think for me, growing up as a teenager in the 80s, it's got a lot of references that remind me, it gives me those moments of, oh, I remember that bike, I remember that outfit, I remember that song, I remember that camera. But the show itself, when I watched the first season, I felt that it was aimed at teenagers. But as I've watched the next seasons, I absolutely would not let my teenager watch that. It is absolutely at adults.
I'll definitely have to. I'll have to give it another go.
It's definitely moved, and especially the last season, I was like, this is not for anyone under the age of 15.
My reaction just then was because there was a show that I've left off my top 10.
Oh.
That one from the 80s, The Goldbergs.
Oh, The Goldbergs, me too!
I know!
Oh,
as soon as you said that 80s thing, I was like, The Goldbergs!
Yeah, I love The Goldbergs. Gosh, if you haven't seen that, watch that.
Yep.
But Stranger Things is exactly what it sounds. Strange.
What do you think? I don't know how I feel about this. Not that I've watched it, but I could not do it if they did it to one of my shows.
Yeah.
They drop season 4 part 1.
Yeah.
And then you have to wait like what, 6, however long.
Yeah.
For I don't know.
They do that with the Blacklist and with Walking Dead. They
drop a few episodes in between, but
yeah, I don't like it either.
I'd have to have the whole of season 4 ready to go,
which they do have now. They've dropped the second part.
Apparently, it's going to be like a 2-year wait until the next season.
Well, I think it might have been something like that in between.
Yeah.
Because those kids, when you watch season 1, they're kids, right? They're little kids.
Yeah.
And then it goes, all of a sudden, these people look like adults.
So that's why they've done the difference. Yeah,
and they really do look like adults. And then so much so that I'm like, whoa. And then I Googled it. Some of them are like late 20s and 30s, acting like they're kids. Or, well, teenagers or whatever. So, look, I recommend it. It's in the top 5. We're recommending it because it is a good watch.
Well, everyone I talk to at the moment,
they love it.
Yeah. So these are like top 5 of what to watch now, not like our all-time top 5 favourite Netflix.
Because I wouldn't have Stranger Things on there
but it's these things to do. But everyone I talk to, have you watched Stranger Things? Have you watched Stranger Things? Have you watched Stranger Things?
Oh my God, I just thought of another one. It was actually your mum told me. That Emily in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so top 6. That was really good.
So the last one is How to Get Away with Murder. Oh, I just loved it.
I loved it too.
Oh, I love the attitude. I love the people.
Yep.
Oh, I was so upset when someone died.
It's just really intriguing.
It really was, yeah.
You really want to know. It's sort of like who did it.
Yeah.
As well as how to do it. As well as interesting relationships. I don't know, the whole thing was interesting.
I like how it's like they're all friends, but they're all like not friends at the same time. They're all strangers.
Yes.
And they all going against competition, and they cut each other out from under their legs. But at the end of the day, they're always there if there's something wrong.
And there is something wrong. Something very wrong.
I like those sorts of shows where it's more realistic. Like, not everyone's friends, but you can get along, and it's. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
It is a really interesting. What was that? It was on the BBC. What was that show where I think it was in the UK or whatever, maybe Scottish, where like a little kid got killed, and then they were trying to figure out who it was, because it reminds me of that. Yeah. It reminds me of that. Who did it?
Yeah.
Who give us all the clues. And then you think, oh yeah, but then all of a sudden there's a twist, and you go, oh.
And I love it in this show, How to Get Away with Murder. Sometimes, like, when you watch a movie, you're like, I know who did it straight away.
Yeah.
And you can tell me there's all these other people, but I know instantly.
Yeah.
And in the end, it is that person.
Yeah.
But on this one, there's just so many twists. You really don't know. And I find movies find it really hard to get that.
Yeah.
So you don't know who the character is.
Yeah.
But they do that. It's like the same with The Office. There's a UK and a US version.
Actually, I think Kath and Kim had another version in America. I don't know if it got off the ground.
Oh, probably not, because it's so Australian that...
Yeah.
Like, it's so bogan.
Yeah.
Like like bogan Australian, if you get what we mean.
If there's American people here, which I think most of our audience is, what is bogan? Do you have
What is
bogan in
bogan in
Australia?
America?
I mean, in America?
Probably redneck
Redneck, yeah.
country.
So what are we? How would you...
We're amazing.
It's so funny. Another thing I want to say about that Australian and the American things is when I hear an American show, and it all sounds very normal, it sounds like how I talk, but apparently it's not.
Yeah.
Then I hear an Australian actor on that show with the Americans talking, and it stands out like, you know what? I'm like, we do not sound like that.
No, we don't.
And then everybody says, yes, you do. G'day, mate. And I'm like, we do not sound like that.
No. And we don't even say g'day, mate, half the time.
No.
When was the last time you said g'day, mate?
Well, when I made a video the other day, and, you know, I'll say it again, but Candy's Sweet Love for LV subscribed to our channel.
Yeah, she did.
She made a comment, so I did a shout out, and because she said she liked the Australian accent, I said to her, g'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
But no, I don't actually say that day to day. I probably have at times said g'day.
Yeah.
But g'day is just hello.
Yeah.
But there are probably, when I hear our accent on TV, I'm like, no.
That's not how we sound.
But apparently it is.
I think it's just because there's just, out of all the countries,
we sound mental.
American, like the US, is the biggest.
Yeah.
So a lot of the shows that we watch are American.
Which makes you think that we would have that American accent because we watch so much, hear so much. But we've got this mental sounding accent. And it is, you don't realise how crazy it sounds until you hear someone else do it. Or when you hear Americans impersonate an Australian.
Yeah.
Or I was watching the Welsh Twins the other night, like I always do, and they were saying something, they were putting on the the Australian accent, and I was like, oh, we sound stupid. Anyway.
But we should do that in a video, talk about some of these Australian things that other people in other countries think about Australia.
Yeah.
That really aren't real, like, you know, I don't see no kangaroo jumping down my road.
No, and I think they think that we've just got a koala, I'll just go grab him, or...
I think they think we don't own vehicles, that we just ride kangaroos.
I don't know what they think. Actually, tell us what you think and we'll do a video on it.
Yeah.
Please
let us know
comment
in some comments.
Yeah.
You know, different things about Australian. We'll talk about some Australian slang.
Which also made me think, talking about Australian, the top 5 going back to today's, are they on the Australian Netflix versus the rest of the world?
Well, yeah. So this is our Australian Netflix.
But
obviously,
I'm guessing American.
It would be on America because you guys get a lot more on your Netflix than what we do. Like we Australia get kicked. Yeah. We don't get all the good shows on Netflix.
VPN that dials into America to get the American.
Isn't
Netflix.
that illegal, Christina?
I don't know. They have so much more.
Yes, you guys do. So I'm guessing definitely they're all American shows.
So they'd have to have that, right?
You guys would have had to watch it because they're American. Oh, except, well, maybe the people in other countries like the UK. We do get a few UK viewers. But yeah.
I actually think we also got a couple from Indonesia. Maybe one from India.
Oh, wow. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching.
Oh, I forgot the other one. But anyway.
But so these are our top 5 to watch now. Must watch now. Definitely the Cecil Hotel. You please have to watch it and come back to me with information. Blacklist. Oh, James Spader.
Yes.
Like his character.
He's super cool.
Well, I just like, even just him in Boston. Like I just watched Boston Legal recently, and I think I'm straight for James Spader. He's just fantastic.
He is. He's just a really cool dude.
But let us know what your top now to watch on Netflix so we can give
us some ideas.
Yeah, give us some ideas and some shows to watch.
We might actually do another video around, what's the sunset?
Oh, Selling Sunsets. Oh my gosh.
We should have had that on the list.
Yes, we'll have to do...
Okay, 7.
We'll have to do a reality TV show one because I love reality TV.
Well, I take that back. I actually don't like reality TV. Things like Big Brother and that, it annoys the crap out of me. Kardashians, no thanks. But I love Selling Sunset. I think because I really like real estate and there's so much fashion in it and there's so much Louis Vuitton that it's just like, yeah, cool. So
and the houses are amazing, but definitely we're going to make a reality. We just keep coming up with ideas for you guys. So, you know, I hope you like what we do. And please subscribe, like, leave a comment, press that bell to get updates when we make a video. I don't know what that was. But yeah, leave a thumbs up and all that sort of jazz, you know. We just love making content for you guys.
All right, guys.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.